Hey there, I read your post and I wasn't sure what you meant by radial gravity. So I'm just going to show you an example using my free particle editor. And I'll step you through, basically just watch the video and you'll see what I do. And I'll link you to the documentation and the place to download it. And then you'll just have to take it on your own. All right, so I'm running the tool, which I'll show you how to download in a minute. We just click plus, load emitter, and I'm going to use one of the examples because I think this is what you mean. Collapsing nebula, galactic demise, these are all spirals with gravity pulling the particles inward. So if we double click this, it'll bring it up in the editor. And as you can see, the particles are spinning around and falling inward. Beyond that, while this editor is not perfect, it's completely functional. You can switch between the different editor fields here. For example, page 1, we could change this from radial to gravity, but radial is what we want. And page 2, since this is radial, page 2 you don't edit. If it were a gravity type, you could edit these fields and make a difference. These are the fields for radial. Particle settings, color blending. I think there's a duplicate page in here still. Color settings, and nope, I took it out. And alpha blend settings. So there's 7 pages, and you can edit 6 of them at any one time based on the type. Again, radial or gravity. Anyways, if you wanted to see this running, you can export. And what it's going to do is it will create a folder on your desktop called RGPE2 out. And you're going to need SSK2. I'm not going to show you how to download that. Well, I'll show you how to download it, but I'm not going to show you how to install it. You can follow the directions. But once you've got a particle emitter looking the way you want it to, just go ahead and click on this little symbol here, this little icon. And it'll give you a choice. You can generate either just the emitter code, or you can generate a project that has the emitter code, and it's basically a harness, so you can run it and see what it looks like. So you got all the code you need to actually display the particle. So I'm going to do that. Just going to leave the default name Collapsing Nebula, and it will appear in my output folder. Now, I've got a quick method on my machine, since I'm the developer of SSK2, for copying SSK2 into my projects. It will not work for you, so don't use this batch file. And you could take it apart and read it, and if you understand how it works, super. Otherwise, just forget about it and download SSK2 from the Git and copy it into your project. But at the end of the day, you're going to need the SSK2 folder with all this stuff in it to run this example. And yeah, it doesn't use everything in the SSK2 collection, but I keep it all together because I just don't like copying individual libraries one at a time. I like to have them all at hand, and then when I go to the final publishing stage, I remove those I'm not using to trim down the size. But SSK2 is pretty small anyways. Okay, so we got SSK2 in there, and I'm just going to drop main onto the simulator. And this editor is running in the simulator, by the way. Drop it on there, and as you can see, bingo bongo, same thing, but now running in a simulated device. So how do you get this? Okay, I'm going to put a link below this video, but basically just go to my GitHub. So github.com, Roman Gamer. Should look like this when you go there. By all means, check out the Corona Geek content and some of the other stuff. Check out the free stuff. But let's go ahead and open up an SSK2 in a new tab, and then free stuff in this one. So you go to the free stuff, and there's a folder called SSK2, and this is free content for SSK2 users. Explore to your heart's content, but what you're looking for is the tools, and then you can download RGPE2. And I can't remember if this contains a copy of SSK2 or not. It probably does, so it probably runs right out of the box. But if it doesn't, you'll go to the other page that I opened and just go ahead and download a zip and get all of SSK2, and then the content you want is in this folder here. So you just copy that, you unzip it, and copy SSK2 into your project. Now I'm also going to provide links for the documentation. So we got the SSK2 documentation, and where is it? Where is it? 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So if you're on the SSK2 documents page, you can open up RGDocs, which is the parent of this, and it's not well organized. There's a bunch of stuff here that I haven't updated in a bit, but you'll go to this page, click on Tools, RGPE2, and it'll bring you to a quick guide that shows you how to run this tool. Okay, and you'll notice there's some slight differences. I had a duplicate editor page, which I took out, so there should only be 7 panes, as I pointed out, and in the new version there are only 7. But that won't affect this tutorial. It basically shows you how to run it and then takes you through a few examples. All right, so I hope this is what you were looking for, and hope it solves your problem. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.